Hi, I'm Rick Howard from Kingdom Magic Vacations. I'm here with my wife, Leslie. Hi, Leslie.
Hey.
And this is our Disney Cruise Line Quick Tip. We're talking today about essentials for packing and some other things you might want to bring along on your Disney cruise. It's important to bring some things that you're going to need, right?
Absolutely, especially those little gadgets that we may not think about when we're busy packing clothes. So one of the tips that I have is a waterproof container. These are very handy for when you go out on your excursions, even just around the ship. This one, as you can see, we purchased it on the Disney cruise ship, and I particularly have my room key in here. It's wide enough that you can put cash in there or little incidentals. Actually do not even need cash on the cruise line, but
if you go ashore, if you're out on one of the islands, on one of your ports of call, you might take some extra cash for tipping or just for picking up a drink or something. You may not want to use your credit cards. Of course, always in international destinations, take a credit card. Sometimes that's just easier. You don't have to worry about exchange rates if it's not a U.S. currency. Again, so you can stick your credit card in that, you can stick your cash in that. Your IDs is great. They come in a couple different sizes too. This is one of the smaller ones. I've seen them all the way up to big enough to hold even an iPhone. There's a wider one that you can get, and that's a great tip to carry on Castaway Cay, to carry on your shore excursions. Carries around your neck, keeps things safe, keeps things dry, and that's a great thing to carry along. And kind of keeping with that same idea, speaking of iPhones, this is a thing that I like to bring along, particularly on those shore excursions or on Castaway Cay when you know you might be getting wet, but you still want to have your phone and take a picture. This is an iPhone, a waterproof iPhone case that I found on Amazon. Pretty cheap. I think it was only about $5, maybe less than $10 for sure. Leslie and I both have one. They're pretty easy to use. It's just got a little zip lock or a little latch right here that latches both in. You can even use your phone right in there, so you can just press your buttons, take photos. It goes around your neck. We've used these kayaking, we've used these zip lining, we've used these doing a lot of different activities. Keeps your phone safe, keeps your phone handy, and it's a great tip while you're on a Disney cruise. Another one that I have, it seems like, and I use this everywhere I go, not just on Disney Cruise Line, but particularly here, seems like particularly on the classic ships, the Magic and the Wonder, and any hotel room I've ever been in, there's just never enough extensions, electrical outlets to plug in all the gadgets that we have. You're always powering a laptop, you're charging up batteries, you're charging up your phones, your iPads, and different things. So this is another thing I found on Amazon, probably again less than $10. This one's made by Monster. I like it because it's very compact. The cord actually just wraps around and plugs back in like that. Pretty simple to use. I also like the fact that the two outlets, they're wide space. They're not really close together like a typical power strip, so you can get those big clunky power adapters like for your video camera or your laptop cord or maybe even your Apple plugs if you're an Apple user. And then there's two offset on the same side, so they don't quite line up, which again is really good. So you have two on this side and two on this side. Particularly on the Disney Wonder that we're sailing, there are only two outlets to plug in at the desk area. There are a couple in the bathroom also, so these are great to bring along with you. They're handy. Just throw them in your carry-on bag, and that way it gives you a little bit of extra power to, like I said, charge your camera, charge your phone, charge your laptop, charge your video camera, whatever you need to charge, and keep power on. So that's a great thing to bring along, so you'll have some extra power in your room. Again, not just for cruise line, that's a great travel tip for anywhere. Speaking of carry-ons, hon, what else do you bring in your carry-on when we go on a cruise?
Well, it's always recommended that you carry your medicines and your day clothes, a bathing suit if you're not already wearing your bathing suit prior to your luggage showing up at your stateroom, because it can take a couple of hours for everybody's luggages to show up in your stateroom. So if you have medications, you definitely want to make sure that you have those in a day bag, as well as any valuables such as your computers, your phones, video cameras, anything like this, that you do keep those in your day bag and carry those with you until your stateroom is available. I also carry a little bag here that has all my gadgets, such as what Rick was just speaking of, all my chargers and cords and things like that, and my extra batteries that are in there also, just in case I do run out of battery on my cell phone that I can just use my external battery for purposes that way. And also, one thing also I wanted to mention on that power cord here is that because these ships are built in Europe, some of the power, what do you call those things?
The outlets?
The outlets, yes, they're in 220 volt. And because we do not use 220 in the United States, it is good to have this because you will get at least one in your stateroom, and that way you will have the multiple outlets that you can use from your extension cord here.
Yeah, you'll have one 110 outlet for sure. Like you said, in our stateroom today on the Disney Wonder, we have two, but they're very close together. So if you're using an Apple device, you can't plug two in at the same time. So this eliminates that. Right. And you'll also want to keep, as we mentioned in our wavephone video, you'll want to keep your wavephone plugged in as well. So if you're trying to use that big power adapter there, you won't be able to get anything else plugged in because, as we said, they're very close together. So that's that. So just to recap, again, remember, when you're getting on board the ship, if you're boarding the ship around noon or 1 o'clock, your luggage may not arrive until maybe 3, 4, even as late as 5 o'clock. So keep things with you that you're going to need. Keep your swimsuit. You may want to go for a swim before dinner.
Absolutely.
The ship's in port. You haven't sailed yet, but you'll definitely want to take advantage of the pool, go out and get some sun, enjoy those areas. Have sunscreen, keep your hats, keep your sunglasses, like Leslie said, any medication that you may need. Your stateroom will be available at 1:30, so you can drop your bag off in your stateroom, but your main bags may not be there yet, or anything that you checked to let the porters bring on board for you. So keep those things with you. Keep your electronic devices with you. Remember to bring that extension cord. It's a cheap investment, and it will definitely, on a longer cruise like we're doing a Panama Canal sailing, definitely want to keep your devices charged up so you have that camera for when those dolphins start jumping outside your room like we've been filming today. So lots of cool things you can do there. So just remember, and always check with your travel agent. They've got great travel tips for you as well. So ask your travel agent to help you with things to know. If you're a first-time cruiser, you can definitely use your travel agent for that. You did book with a travel agent. I know, you're smart. So that's going to do it for this Disney Cruise Line Quick Tip. I'm Rick Howard from Kingdom Magic Vacations. This is my wife Leslie, and have fun on your Disney cruise. So long, everybody.
Bye.